Since I've started this journey with AI, I've realized that a lot of people aren't quite sure where to start with AI, or they feel like that they have AI tools available to them today that can replace or potentially be used in part of using an agentic AI system. And I thought it'd be fun to take an example today of one, starting how people can use AI or asking the question, how do I incorporate AI into my dealership, but also do it in a way that addresses a situation where people feel like they already have some automations or already have some sort of generative AI already built in their system. So I went ahead and asked Susan, who is our sales manager, to get us started here, and just to again show everybody a really simple prompt here. Hello, Susan. I've been hearing so much about adding AI to our dealership, but I'm not sure where to start. How can AI coach me into getting the most out of our existing technology? And just like we talked about in the past with Agentic AI, one of the things that I love about Agentic is that it asks me questions. It wants more context. And so I gave it a real scenario that we run into every day. And this isn't any shot at any CRM company, but I wanted to use this because it comes up all the time in my day-to-day. We use DriveCentric, which has a built-in AI component. We find that the sales team, constantly tripping over the artificial agent. The AI agent will respond to the customer, then a salesperson will respond back to the customer, then a manager will respond back to the customer within the course of a couple hours. Oftentimes, there's no mention of the previous responses. How can we prevent this from happening? So this is one of those things I know probably some of you guys are giggling to yourselves quietly, but this is something, again, that happens all the time. And a lot of it has to start with there not being a proper explanation about how to integrate the system into the workflow, or how to integrate how the AI actually works with the sales team. And so right off the get-go, Susan tells us, here are the things that we need to watch out for. Let's establish some clear communication protocols. Let's utilize CRM features more effectively, improve AI integration. So it starts giving us a list of all the things that we should be planning for. And with any one of these things, you can always ask the question and always drill down, and Agentic will generate a more descriptive answer. But right now it's just starting with the bullet points. And so as I do with these things, I want to drill in. I want to see what to do next. So I asked it, hey, let's start with 4, but can you use your plugins to watch this video, then incorporate that into the training? So this is one of those circumstances where I just went into YouTube and I actually found a training video in this particular tool. And so I thought it would be worthwhile to show the system a video, have it learn from the video, and then go to work from there. So Susan came up with some answers here. Thank you for providing that video link. I've analyzed the content and incorporated its insights into our training recommendations. The video discusses the importance of video marketing for car dealerships. Let's use this information to enhance our training on AI, and CRM usage. So here it comes up with 8 different things, 9, 10 different things that we can incorporate into the training to get a start. So now, as somebody who hasn't used a system like this or isn't quite sure how to take the next steps, it's starting to build that game plan for me. So I asked it to work with Aaron, who is our HR manager. With any of our tools, you can actually have 2 expert agents working simultaneously. So I'm taking our sales manager agent and I'm having it work with our HR agent to create some training sessions. So I asked, let's work with Aaron to create these 3 15-minute training sessions based on what we've learned. At the end of each session, let's create 5 multiple choice quizzes with the answers at the end to measure how the team is learning material. So this is where we go from, in my mind, good to great. Certainly, I'd be happy to create 3 15-minute mini training sessions based on what we've learned, along with quiz questions for each session. Let's design these sessions to address the key issues you're facing with AI integration in your DriveCentric CRM. So here's the first session, introduction, 2 minutes, establishing clear communication protocols, 5 minutes. So it breaks these out into sections. And again, I encourage you, as you use this system, as you're testing the system, just click 3. That's all. But nevertheless, you can see the quiz. So here's the questions of the quiz. Very simple multiple choice. Here are your answers. Here's the next session. So it breaks all this stuff down for sales managers. So one of the things I think we've all experienced over time is that we don't always get the information, or maybe we don't get the extent of the information we need. And if we're really busy. Sometimes we're unable to properly assimilate that information. So we can actually use AI to help us teach these things, help us learn these things. But in this situation, we can actually have AI help us use AI. So I thought this was a fun example to show you guys, to show a real world circumstance that dealerships are dealing with all the time. And I want to lead into some other ones that I think actually would be even more relevant to folks, because it's something that we have to work with all the time as well. And that's, how do we integrate our teams?